So today I am going to be doing the furry friend tag video. So this is my baby, and she's a pain in the ass. But so first question is, what is her name? Her name is Sophia. When did I get her? I got her when did I get her? I got her almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in December. And she just had a birthday July 9th. She turned 2. She was about 4 months old when I got her. What is an annoyance? She does this. Do you see this? She's biting me. That's all she does. And licks. She licks constantly. And it's not like a cute, like, every couple, like, lick strokes or whatever. It's, like, for, like, an hour. But that's about it. She doesn't really annoy me. What breed is she? She is a rat terrier chihuahua mix. So says the pound that I got her at. I don't know. She looks like a rat terrier, but she barks like a chihuahua, so I assume those are two correct. Breeds, I was also told by her vet that she could have dachshund or wiener dog in her. I don't know. She's my dog. That's what she is. Has she had a near-death experience? Yes. About 3 months after I got her, she swallowed something that turned out to be a rubber band, but at the time I didn't know what it was, and she was throwing up constantly for like 8 hours, like all night, and I was like worried sick about her, and she was throwing up, and she wasn't eating anything, and she wasn't drinking anything, so I ended up taking her to the vet the next morning, and she had to get like fluid in her, and like they put the fluid here underneath, like right here, and so she had this big bulge of fluids underneath her like skin, and I cried, not gonna lie. But she was fine. She ended up getting rid of the rubber band, and she was perfectly fine after that. Does she know any tricks? She can fetch really well. She learned on her own how to do that. Like, I would toss the ball, and then she would just bring it back to me. But other than that, she's stupid. I've tried to teach her how to sit. She went through puppy classes. She doesn't know anything other than fetch. Does she like to snuggle? Yes, she loves to snuggle. She'll either sleep right here, like if I'm laying down, she'll lay right here when I'm sleeping, or she will lay in between my legs, like by my knees. She's always is under my covers when she's sleeping. Or she'll lay on her bed, which is right here. I have it on top of my bed, and she'll lay in it, and then I'll cover her up, and she'll just snuggle up next to me. Where did you get her? I got her at the Humane Society up in Portland. She's originally from California, though. She was, one of the litters that was at the Chihuahua puppy mill down in California somewhere. She is one of the puppies. I really wish that I could have brought her and her sister home, but her sister was adopted the morning that I took Sophie home. Does she get along with other dogs? No. I actually took her to the vet, or the groomer today, and, got her nails trimmed. And today was the first time she's never barked at another dog. But I think she was just scared because she hates getting her nails trimmed. Or going to the vet or the groomer or anything like that. The only time she likes being groomed is when I bathe her in my bathtub. But today's the only time she's never barked at another dog. She hates dogs. Does she get along with strangers? Yes and no. She'll bark at someone until they acknowledge her, and then she'll sniff them and then lick them. She doesn't like males. She hates my grandma's boyfriend, like, hates him. She will just bark at him the whole time he's here. But she gets along with my female family and my female friends and stuff like that. She just barks until you pay attention to her. How much did she weigh? Last I weighed her, she was just under 10 pounds. Her vet said that she'll get to be about 10 pounds, 10 to 12 pounds. But she hasn't grown in like 6 months, like gotten any bigger. She's just gotten plumper. But she's about 10 pounds, I want to say. do you dress her up? When I first got her, she was about half the size she is now. And I got a sweater for her because I got her in December and it was cold. And when I would take her outside, she would just shake. And so I got some sweaters for her. Now that she's older and bigger, I've tried putting t-shirts on her and she just doesn't have it. She rolls around on the ground until she can try and get them off herself. So I ended up just taking them off of her. But it sucks because I always wanted a little dog to dress up. Has she ever tried to run away? Yes and no. I had her chained up outside on the leash. We don't have a fence in the backyard yet, and so she gets tied up on a leash, which is fine. She likes it. Well, one day she got out of her harness and ended up across the street at my neighbor's house, and they knew she belonged here, so they kept her at home until they saw somebody come home or saw somebody go outside, and then they eventually gave her to my grandma, and she came back, or she got brought home. So she did try running away, but she was just scared and she got off of her harness, and now I make sure that her harness is tight when she goes outside. How did you come up with her name? Well, when I got her, her name was Frances, and I wasn't having that at all. And so I was like, no. And then I really wanted to name her Olivia, but when I got her home and, like, tried calling her Olivia, she just kind of looked at me and, like, didn't really acknowledge the fact that I was talking to her. And so I called her Sophia, and her ears, like, perked up, and, like, she answered to that. So that's why I named her. That's how I came up with the name Sophia. And everyone gave me crap for wanting to call her Olivia, especially my mom. She, like, hated it. And so on the paperwork at the Humane Society, it still does say her name is Olivia, but at the vet and everything like that, it's Sophia. And on her little tag saying, like, where I live and my phone number, it says Sophia. And how much does she mean to me on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm honestly not going to answer that because she means more to me than life itself. Me and her have, like, a bond. Like, it's crazy. Come here, baby. She picked me. I went up there looking for another dog. I went up there looking for this poodle. And she ended up getting adopted the night before I went up there because I looked online to see what dogs they had and stuff before I drove up there that next morning. And she picked me. I was walking through, like, the kennels and stuff at the Humane Society, and I walked by her cage, and she got all excited and, like, ran up to the front of the cage, and I was, like, talking to her through the glass and stuff, and then when the people that were behind me walked by her, she ran and, like, cowered in the middle, or in the back of the corner of the cage, and so we instantly bonded. I went up to the front, and I was like, I need to look at Frances because I'm taking her home. And so we went into the little prep room, and then she instantly came up and, like, started kissing me and stuff like that. And so she chose me, so my bond with her is, like, ridiculous, and nothing can compare to how much she means to me, animal-wise. I would do anything for her. She's my baby, even though she's a pain in the ass sometimes. Yeah. And she only has half a jaw, and I think that's the cutest thing ever. She was born with, like, she has, like, a full bottom jaw, but it's, like, half the size of her top one. But that's my furry friend tag, and this is my baby, Sophie, and I love her lots. And go. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about my baby love, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!